Here we go.
We're so excited that you're here to celebrate 20 years of World of Warcraft with us.
Yeah!
When the game first came out in 2004, I remember Facebook had just launched. I'd been in the game industry for a handful of years when I picked up WoW, and I was in awe. Even when I was running about and exploring on my Night Elf Hunter, I made friends who would group with me and tackle just about anything, including helping me save 40 gold for my first mount. I loved it. I still do, just like many of you. And as most of you know, the game saw absolutely explosive growth in the early years and brought multiplayer gaming to the mainstream. That in turn created countless friendships, camaraderie, and escape for people every day. It still does 20 years later.
Damn right. Escape reality. Play WoW.
We dug into our history and discovered that across 2 decades, together, we've accumulated 1 billion days of time played in Azeroth.
Damn.
So many of you have joined us over the years. Some of you have met partners in the world and gotten married. Some of you have even named your kids and pets after characters and locations in the game. Veterans from all over the world. Those who are hearing or visually impaired or have physical challenges. We've welcomed seniors, even whole families playing together with their kids, and so many more who call our world home. No matter who you are, when you come to Azeroth, you can live how you want and be who you want to be. It's a gift for so many, and certainly to us. We feel it every day.
You did not name your
One of those
sons
special
WoW.
stories is live now on Netflix.
Oh, you need to see this, by the way.
A documentary called The Remarkable Life of Evelyn.
It's awesome. Go check it out.
Steen, who played a character named Evelyn, lived a life in Azeroth that he couldn't in the real world. He suffered from Duchenne muscular dystrophy for most of his life and fought it courageously alongside his incredible family, who I'm proud to have met and fallen in love with. Because of Mats and his role-play guild called Starlight, his family discovered the power of online game communities and advocate for gaming around the world as a source of joy and companionship. Sadly, Mats was taken from this world and Azeroth far too soon.
There's
Because
a
of
memorial
Mats
game as well.
and stories like his, we were inspired to create a charity pet program for Classic and our modern game to support Cure Duchenne, a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving and extending the lives of those affected by Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We want to thank you in advance for giving to this cause that offers support to people just like Mats. This little cutie is Revan, and he's available until January 6th. He was inspired by the detective agency Mats created for his busy role-play life in Azeroth.
Genuinely, go watch the documentary. It's so well done. It's so cute. It's up on Netflix, if you're curious.
Right now, we have our 20th anniversary celebration running in-game. We've got modernized Tier 2 armor sets, classic time walking, new world bosses, trading post items, rewards, and more with all that nostalgic flavor. In the War Within expansion that we released a few months ago, we've taken the leap into the first chapter of the World Soul Saga. More coming on that. And of course, Classic is always cooking. But this moment is about you. You're the thundering heart of World of Warcraft and always have been. Stay tuned as we share what we are serving up for you. And thanks for making Azeroth a place you call home.
It's you.
Hey everyone, Clay and I are so excited to be here today during this anniversary celebration to talk about what's coming up for WoW Classic.
I can't believe that after 20 years, my Orc Warrior is still finding new adventures in Azeroth. Shout out to all my buds in Tacondrius.
Feels like just yesterday I was on my Night Elf Druid, ganking some buddies on the Teneris realm at the Crossroads. Sorry about that.
Being on the Classic team and getting to help contribute to this incomparable legacy, which has breathed new life into the original Classic experiences, I'm not sure anything compares to it. I love how vocal and passionate our player base is, not only about what parts of WoW's history they want to see come back, but also their passion for things we try and have experimented with.
Speaking of us taking some pretty big swings, in Season of Discovery, we've loved watching you use your new class abilities, take on our all-new level-up raids, find secrets, and team up to defeat Ragnaros and Nefarian. We're looking forward to the AQ war effort unlocking very, very soon here, which will lead right into the launch of the Encourage raid. This will bring new changes and surprises that we can't wait to bring to you. Fun new mechanics, difficulty changes, new rewards. You know us well enough by now to know exactly how we'll mix it up as you wager your sanity for ancient Kiraji riches.
Beyond that, for Season of Discovery, we have one more phase to come. We previously announced we will progress through all the phases of the original Classic era. So get ready not only for Naxxramas, but new instance content featuring the Scarlet Crusade, as well as adventures in Deadwind Pass.
Ooh,
now,
extra
to Cataclysm Classic,
You saw
where we
that?
recently launched the legendary Firelands. You've undertaken difficult challenges, besting Ragnaros and his feet, and are hopefully a few steps closer to getting your very own Dragon Wrath staff. We're looking forward to bringing you the final phase of Cataclysm Classic when our Hour of Twilight patch and Dragon Soul raid launch early next year. I know you Classic players out there must be curious where we're going next.
Missed.
But let's be honest, you know where we're going next.
Let's go! Best expansion ever! I mean, I'm not going, but still. Best expansion ever. Yikes forever. For my kinds, question is, what is worth fighting for? What do we want? A panda worth fighting for. Oh no, you're being taken over by the negative emotions. Shouldn't do that. No! There you go, that's better. You nearly released the shot. Uh-oh. Aw, dang it. The Alliance in order here. Boo. No ads, please.
The Classic team is proud to announce that Mists of Pandaria Classic is coming, and we can't wait to bring it to you next summer. With its legendary class design and incredible raids and dungeons, set amongst a gorgeous environment and backed by an unforgettable soundtrack, we'll be traveling back to experience all that Pandaria has to offer together.
I mean, again, I love Mist of Pandaria, but I'm not Classic guy. If I was a Classic guy, I would love Mist. Mist was
Mist of Pandaria
a great
Classic
expansion.
is super exciting for all of us, as well as Season of Discovery, and we love that we'll continue to be on that journey with you. But we know, we spend some time on the internet, and we've heard some of you out there, you want something fresh.
Which is why we are so pleased to announce that we are bringing you the Classic experience. All new Fresh Realms with the WoW Classic 20th Anniversary Edition. And it's happening soon.
How soon, Clay?
Actually soon. These realms will be going live next week on November 21st, but you won't have to rush to level 60. Classic is all about the journey after all. As we've made a change, and our first raid, Molten Core, won't unlock for a few weeks after launch.
We'll be launching realms of all flavors, PvP, normal PvE, and, for the very first time, Hardcore, which will progress through the phases in lockstep with the other two. This means a fresh start for everyone at the same time, together, on a level playing field with fresh economies on very large realms.
We'll just keep reselling Classic. It's gonna be
If you missed out on
great.
jumping into WoW Classic's initial launch in 2019, this is the perfect time to join our community. These servers will also launch with some of the quality of life features that came later on, like the Chronogoon Displacer to save your world buffs, and the improved PvP honor ranking system. And yes, we're also pleased to announce that these realms will progress to the Burning Crusade Classic.
Okay. I mean, people have been asking for this. They wanted Classic fresh, so that's nice. It's just
Launching
really funny
these
to hear them
servers
say
close
classic,
to the
classic.
exact date World of Warcraft came out 20 years ago, alongside all the work we're doing for Season of Discovery, Cataclysm Classic, and Mists of Pandaria Classic means so much to us. We love this game, and we love the community that has made Classic Realms their home alongside their friends.
From all of us on the Classic team, thank you. This amazing journey is one that's been co-written by you, our incredible community.
But what about remix? What about the remix? Will we hear about the remix as well? Raw remix, perhaps?
Hi, everyone. We're in the middle of such an incredible moment for World of Warcraft. The World Soul Saga kicked off in August with the launch of The War Within, and we have been so excited to dive into the expansion alongside all of you. Whether you enjoy raiding, dungeons, delves, PvP, collecting appearances, pets and mounts, role-playing, or exploring the open world, we hope you found a part of Azeroth that brings you joy. It's humbling to be standing here on the eve of WoW's 20th anniversary. Looking back, 20 years ago, I was fresh out of school and I had just seen enough of the beta to know that I needed to play this game, and then immediately stopped to avoid spoiling the experience for myself. I'd booked a couple days off work for launch and was looking forward to really diving into Azeroth. But little did I know that my server would be offline for the first few days due to overwhelming demand. Shout out to Melganis. But even less could I imagine how this game would in so many ways define the rest of the course of my adult life.
Some things will never change, eh? Some things will never work. Oh! Oh my god!
So, let's talk about what's coming up for World of Warcraft.
Rootlands.
Starting with what's on the horizon. We have 1107 Siren Isle, which is currently up on our public test realms. This update will go live next month, and it has something for everyone. On the narrative front, this update includes epilogue questlines for Dalaran and the Kirin Tor. No spoilers, but this storyline features the mysterious Haranir, who also played a starring role in our expansion release cinematic. We'll also get into the prologue for where we're going next, but more on that in a minute. 1107 also, of course, brings its namesake, the Siren Isle, a new outdoor environment to explore, full of mysteries to uncover, and rewards to help catch up your alts and prepare for the next War Within season ahead. Plunderstorm is returning, this time with a plunder store to give you more flexibility in earning your rewards instead of that linear renown track. Also making a return will be the latest iteration of our Turbulent Timeways event and a Winter Veil revamp. We can't wait for you all to experience this update next month. As an additional treat, for those of you invested in the story of the War Within, we will be releasing a novella that explains exactly what happened to Jaina and Thrall after they left us. This novella is narrated by none other than Chris Metzen, and available today.
What? Neither.
So, I know many of you have already seen 1107, but you have to be wondering where the War Within is going to take us after that. Okay, so following Xal'atath's trail is going to lead us to a location that I've been personally excited about since we first settled on the idea of an underground expansion. Undermine, the capital of the Goblins' trade empire. Fittingly, our name for the 11.1 patch is Undermined with a D. Now, this is a city unlike any city we've seen before in World of Warcraft, standing as a testament to the intelligence and creativity of the Goblins as masters of technology and alchemy. And as our adventures continue, we will learn more about Goblin culture than ever before. What's important to them, what problems they're trying to solve, what they're capable of as a society. Everything that makes them truly unique, beyond the humor and the explosions. Though, just to be clear, there's going to be a whole lot of explosions. You'll arrive at an Undermine that's plunged into conflict between the 4 major Goblin cartels: Steamweedle, Blackwater, Bilgewater, and of course, the Venture Company.
Sick.
You will align yourself with a group of your choice and run into notorious goblins like Monty Gazlo, Renzik the Shiv, Baron Revelgaz, Marin Noggenfogger, and more. Now, if you're going to be in cahoots with a Goblin cartel, you can't be seen rolling around in anything less than a truly blinged out ride. So early on, you'll earn a vehicle designed just for Undermine to push the boundaries of locomotion within World of Warcraft.
Of course.
Undermine was built for speed, with roads designed for driving, which is just as well, because this car travels much, much faster than your regular ground mounts. You can also further adjust your car's driving characteristics. Do you prefer grip, or do you want to drift more? Do you want more acceleration, even if it's going to come at the expense of your top speed? That's up to you. You can try it all and rule the streets of Undermine, living your life 440 yards at a time.
All right. Sit.
We'll also be adding a new dungeon in Undermine, Operation Floodgate, which is a race to stop a group of goblins from blowing a dam that would bring ruin to the Ringing Deeps. This dungeon will also be immediately available as part of our new Season 2 dungeon pool on Heroic, Mythic, and Mythic Plus difficulties, alongside the 4 other launch dungeons and 3 returning legacy dungeons. Now, we'll have many more details in the weeks ahead, but I can tell you that one of those legacy dungeons, naturally, in light of our Goblin theme here, is the Motherlode from Battle for Azeroth. Continuing to build upon one of our favorite parts of the War Within, this new zone brings with it 2 new delves for you to explore, and we're creating new variations on the existing delves. We're also introducing seasonal updates to Bran Bronzebeard, a new adversary to follow Zek Vir, and a new set of Goblin-inspired curios for Bran. Of course, a new season also means a new raid zone. We have an 8-boss raid called The Liberation of Undermine coming your way, which takes you through the streets of the city and into the magnificent Galagio, brimming with color and extravagance, but also hides the dark secrets of its owner, the one and only Gallywix. And for the arena PvPers out there, we're also introducing a new arena map set right amidst the city.
Gallywix is alive! Gallywix, you got some splaining to do.
Now, some of you may be wondering how Xal'atath fits into all of this, and how Goblin politics relate to the fate of our world soul. But rest assured, Undermine plays a vital role as a continuation, a next chapter in the many stories that are unfolding in the War Within. We will have a lot more to share on that front in the months ahead. And that is just the beginning of what we have planned for the next year. Now, as you can see, 2025 is going to be an incredible year for both modern and classic WoW players.
Gallywix.
As the World Soul Saga continues to unfold, we are reflecting on these past 20 years with immense gratitude as we lay the foundations upon which to build the next 20. On behalf of the entire World of Warcraft team, thank you so much for being the heart of the history of Azeroth. Whether you've just joined our community, been with us for the last 2 decades, or somewhere in between, thank you for making Azeroth your home. And speaking of home, the team does have one more thing to share with you.
Player housing? No way! They're doing it, bro! No way! No way! Get out of here! Player housing for midnight? Okay.
Thank you for joining us today and for being with us for the past 3 decades. The Warcraft universe is a living, breathing world that's been experienced by over 250 million players around the globe. That's millions of stories of adventure, laughter, and true connection. And as the years have passed and our communities have grown and evolved, the statue behind us reminds us all how important Warcraft is and continues to be. It serves as a reminder of our shared passion for building Azeroth together. And it's you who truly bring Warcraft to life, our players, and the communities you are a part of.
You and me,
Thank you for being the lifeblood of this world that means so much to all of us. 30 years of history is the perfect foundation upon which we will build for the bright future ahead, and we can't wait to walk that road alongside you. And before we go, we want to share something very special. This September, 190 performers took to the stage to celebrate 20 years of World of Warcraft with a series of concerts in Switzerland. Prepare to dive back into the history of World of Warcraft through its incredible soundtrack performed live. And whether this music invokes cherished memories or you're hearing some of these pieces for the first time, we hope you enjoy the performance. Here's to the next 30 years.
So I'm gonna look up the roadmap in a moment. But initial reactions to the announcements. Housing for Midnight is sick, but listen, right? Listen, I need to see it in beta form first. I remember what they did with Warlords, where we got like the garrison thing. I need to know how far they are with the housing. I need to know what's up. Can you see my hat? You can't see my head. I don't even have a light. Ha ha! I need to see how they are with the direction and the development. I hope it's going to be cool. Player housing could be a sick system, but it's very much early to talk about, right? And then for the announcement, Undermine, awesome. For those curious, we have a video up on Gaslow and the Undermine. I think we did it like a week or two ago. Not massively surprising to see an Undermine. I was thinking with some of the dialogue that Rootlands was going to be first. But apparently we're going to go Undermines first, which is awesome. I wanted to see the Goblin capital ever since Battle for Azeroth. Surprising that our boy Gallywix is back. Which really makes me wonder. So Gallywix, last that we saw of him was in Tazavesh in the Shadowlands, where he had a random cameo. I really am curious if they're going to explain what the heck he's been up to. And to see Gallywix as an M-boss, pretty cool. They mentioned the idea of... I thought Gallywix was dead. No. Gallywix literally just randomly showed up in Tazavesh in the Shadowlands. And it's not impossible for living beings to go into the Shadowlands. You might remember that there was like the granny at the Shadowlands portal who wanted to visit her departed ones. And you were like, yeah, go straight ahead. Go in. There were cameos of people that showed up in Oribos. So it was not impossible for the living to travel into the Shadowlands as weird as you might find. And we did it as well. Yeah. So Gallywix made his own way in there, but they never explained, okay, what was he doing there? Was he helping the brokers with getting statues? Was he helping them with getting shipments? Like, did he die? Because we didn't know either way, right? Like, did he die? So apparently no. Apparently not. So he is still around, but what was he up to? We're gonna find out. Then there's the cartels. So far, for those unaware, there's been a short story of Gaslow and Noggenfogger. And basically, Gaslow is suggesting the idea that profit is great, but what if we don't squeeze every last penny out of it? What if we don't ruin the planet? What if we can fix Goblin reputation a little bit? And I've already seen initial feedback from players as well. Like, I don't want my goblins to be friendly and kind. I want my goblins to be goblins. So there's gonna be a path of development in there. We're gonna see where they want to take the goblins in that regard. Like, Gaslow is of course the leader right now. The mounts look really cool. The car customization. I'm kind of curious if this is gonna be the next dragon racing. Because cars on the ground is awesome, but how often do people like, I wanna fly? So is this gonna be the new dragon racing? Is that what's gonna happen? Interesting. Can't wait to have a nightcap in your player housing. Ooh my. Gotta wait a couple of years, but sure. Of course, the Siren Isle, well, we know bits and pieces about that. So the way it looks right now with the announcement is that, for me, it's gonna be like chilling with the Siren Isle. And then, slowly but surely, we're gonna go towards the 11.2 patch, I suppose. Do we have a roadmap that I want to bring up? Let me see if I can... So we got 1107 in the winter, Siren Isle, story and quests, the Circlet, Turbulent Timeways, Winterville with updates to the holiday. That's the idea. Then Plunderstorm is making a return. Fantastic. Then Undermine, which is the new zone Undermine 11.1, which would be after winter and before spring. That's rather quick, actually. That's actually rather quick. Liberation of Undermine is going to be the raid. Operation Floodgate is the dungeon where they're going to break down the dam. Drive is going to be the cars. New Delves is going to be nice. Cartel Renown is going to be the new factions. Warbands UI update. All right. That's Season 2. 11.5, 11.15 and 11.17 in spring. Nightfall. Xal'atath, what are you going to do? Are you going to make Nightfall? Horrific Visions Revisited. Horrific Visions were a Battle for Azeroth system in which we joined Rephion into seeing the visions of Nyalova, of N'Zoth. And we saw a Stormwind corrupted and an Orgrimmar corrupted. I wonder if that means they bring just back the Horrific Visions that we've known, or are they going to update them? Because evergreen content does not necessarily mean that they have to reinvent the wheel. They can just, you know, have a concept that I had before and do it again. Children's Week updated, alright. Now, Story and Quest doesn't say a whole lot. Content and system updates doesn't say a whole lot. And Turbulent Timeways, well, it's the same there. 11.2, World Events, Dungeon Raid, Open World Challenges, Warband updates, Brewfest, Season Reward Refresh. And then they're gonna reveal Midnight. So, new dungeon, new raid. I imagine that this is gonna be 11.2 is gonna be Root then, yeah? That would be the Harnir one. Expansion reveal, and then new content and updates. 21st anniversary. Jesus. The whole year. What the fuck? Story and quest, the new content and system updates, and then a rune symbol. What's that? What's that? Chat, what is that? What's that little symbol? Rune symbol is the housing? But didn't they... Oh, I kind of assumed that the housing was going to be part of Midnight. New profession furniture. It's kind of like a Hearthstone. House stone. It could be a Hearthstone to your housing. Maybe. Alright. Yeah, so what I am missing is... but that might be, you know, announcements for the future. Something like a Brawler's Guild or whatnot. So new dungeon, new raid, new zone. The driving could be a cool system. New dells could be cool to play through. It kind of depends, like if how the racing is going to develop itself. I'm really curious how quick that's going to be on the PTR. That looks fun. So that's content. That's the roadmap. Then we had the Metzen books. What was that all about? Like, did they say that Metzen was gonna narrate them? Did I hear that? Or did he write them? Like, what was happening? There was a story between Frau and Jaina? Surely it's up on Wowhead, right? Oh. See, that's what I mean, right? You do one thing and then all of a sudden it all goes crumbling down. He is narrating them? No way. I can listen to Metzen? He's gonna tell me a story? Loktar! I mean, he already voices every character in WoW. They're all on YouTube right now? No way. What the? They are.
Blizzard Entertainment presents Heartlands by Adam Christopher, part of World of Warcraft, The War Within. Narrated by Chris Metzen.
Oh my god! They're on the World of Warcraft channel, team. I'll link you part 1. But if you go to YouTube and you type in World of Warcraft, they are up there. Boop. Can you actually read them? Is there a link to... Oh yeah, for a downloadable PDF, visit yada yada yada. Yeah, if you looked at the description, you can find a PDF for them. Oh, that's so cool! Okay, so kind of curious what that's going to be about. Cancel the stream, gotta go! Oh, back to the idea, by the way, like how does it relate to the Xal'atath storyline? If we're going Undermine, we have the potential, and again, I've done a video on Gaslow, if you want to check it out. But we have Kashamites, which is what gave the goblins intelligence. We also have a Gallywix who was the first to get his hands on Azeroth, which blew up the volcano back in the Cataclysm. And now we also have more crystals showing up that are like the crystallized essence of Azeroth. So if you check out the description for the Bilgewater Cartel, it will tell you that it's still run by Prince Gallywix. So they need to update the description. I don't know, do the Dark Spears... They don't have that one. There was another one. What was it? Thunderbluff? No, that's Bane. Oh yeah, Undercity, led by Sylvanas Windrunner. So, you know, they should get on to updating those at some point. In Warlords of the Denver beta, we had one zone. It was Frostfire Ridge. I would spend the entire day in Frostfire Ridge. This music was in the background, and I would work on videos about the beta. Because we had fuck all else to test, and I would just work on videos and work on videos. This song, like when I was at this concert, like I've been with WoW. Oh, I started playing WoW in Classic. Oh. But I've been with this game for a very long time. So when they were playing the music, I was like, oh, this is where I was in my life, and this is where I was at in my life. It's like, oh, that's actually really cool, how music connects you to certain moments. It was actually a journey, not just through WoW, but also where I ended up. And then that reminded me, like, oh yeah, I'm actually invited here to the concert because all of you sticking around for the journey as well and joining the channel and the community. And I was just, yeah. My heart is full that I'm still doing this after so many years. I remember being on a podcast where they were like, how long are you going to be doing this? I'm like, as long as people will have me, as long as I can do it, as long as it's fun. And here we are, right? And it blows me away, honestly. Like, Mr. C will be able to attest to this. Like, I've been saying for like several years, where's it going to go? What are we going to do? And here we are. And I wouldn't be here without all of you. And I've never forgotten that. Not for a moment. As well as the beauty of Shadow Moon Valley. Oh yeah, at some point they showed mushrooms. I was like, where were there mushrooms? You know? Oh, thank you, Sebas. Let's hope so, Saiyan. Legion Beta with your channel was wild times. But somebody asked earlier, like content creation-wise, like when was the best time? Legion was the busiest time. Legion nearly dipped me in. Like, I remember during Legion time, we also went to BlizzCon and they gave us a tour where they were working on it, and you could tell they were stressed. And they actually said, like, I think we took on a little bit too much, but they delivered, right? So in turn, for me, when I made the videos about all the content, the artifacts, the order halls and whatnot, yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot, but it was so much fun to go through. Oh, Voms. That's what we're here for. And in turn, for me as well, like for some of the darkest moments in my life, able to hide away and WoW and chill and work and tell these stories. There's been times where it got extremely rough and I could just chill with all of you. So it's a two-way street, that's for sure. Aww. Half your life makes me feel some kind of way, ain't it? Like we were, with the concert, we were at Chromie in front of us. Chromie DE. They're also very much into lore and whatnot. They got like WoW tattoos, and you could tell like it did them so emotionally so much listening to this music. For a lot of people, WoW is more than just a game. And as sappy as it sounds, as cringe as it sounds, it's true. It's the people you meet and the communities that you create. Like the intro video, I also send them a clip, and they the way that it works is they'll send you a message like, "Can you record something, and we can add it too." And I always have the worst, terrible time to record something. But I told them, like, if you're asking me the best moments what I'll remember of WoW is the people that you meet along the way. It's not the loot that you gather or the bosses you kill. Nah, it's the people that you chat with. In Classic, where I was sitting up to 3 in the morning in Ironforge talking to somebody, or like a Fury that I met, or a Jesse that I met, or all of you that I met. I've met so many people through WoW. Because ultimately, what is it but not a platform for people to come together? And those connections, it's wild to think that certain families would not exist without World of Warcraft. Also certain divorces. Plenty of divorces that I know about, but there's like literal lives and connections that come together. If you think about it, the intricacies right now, yeah. It's insane, honestly. You hit me right in the feelings. I got you.